Lindsay there, flagging for a goal kick. McKinley gets a lot of swerve in these corner kicks. Too much that time.
You know, Celtic have got to keep the game alive because United are content, you know, break up the game with the odd infringement, try to slow the game down as much as they can, and the crowd are starting to just get a little bit anxious about it, and that'll transmit itself to the Celtic players.
McKinley did well. Here's Grant. McLaughlin's had a quiet second half after the fireworks he produced in the first half hour of the match. This is McStay. Now McNamara. Well, pass ensures no further progress for McNamara. Now McStay. Looking with Van Hooijdonk. Oh, he would have preferred that with his right foot, I'm sure, Paul McStay, after that stunning goal he scored last week against Hearts. Taken down well by Grant for McLaughlin. Space to advance. Welsh comes to meet him. Waves his teammates forward to Brian Welsh. He thinks they're defending too deep. That may be the case. This is McKinley. Target is Van Hooijdonk. Here's McLaughlin. Trying a delicate ball back to Van Hooijdonk. Lots of imagination about Brian McLaughlin, as usual. Didn't quite come off. Winters did well in the air. Well, has the match reached a stage, Billy, when Tommy Burns in particular may be thinking about making a change? He has Phil O'Donnell on the bench.
Well, at the minute, as it stands, he's got to get a goal, hasn't he? But Phil, you'd obviously have to have him break from midfield, and it's interesting to see what he would do. But certainly, at the minute, the game is starting to die a little bit, and that suits United.
Yes, it's going Dundee's way. The pace of the game has dropped a bit, and the crowd has gone quiet. Set the tension in the air suddenly. So Dundee United getting very quickly to the point of every challenge. The difference the lead makes is amazing. There's Tom leaving that now to McSwiggan to take a blow in the face. Winters. Eased out of that by Hughes. The throw goes to Celtic. Well, the problem, of course, for Celtic is that if they push forward too recklessly, United could hit them on the break. They have the players to do just that. There's Winters. That's for McSwiggan. Taking on Hughes. That's a chance now for Brian O'Neill to lead the charge on the counter-attack here with Donnelly. O'Neill has gone forward. Trying to play that first time towards Van Hooijdonk. Val passes there. Now Van Hooijdonk's involved. But the two principal Celtic strikers now having to drop wide and deep to become involved. That will not suit Tommy Burns, I don't think, the Celtic manager. Still 1-0 to Dundee United. Grant. Looking for McKinley. The header back was by Winters. So there's activity on the Dundee United bench. We're expecting something perhaps from Celtic, but Dundee United are going to make a change, and it looks to be a very interesting one indeed. Andy McLaren is preparing to come on, another wide player. I can't imagine Winters is being withdrawn in the evidence of his performance so far. Maybe Owen Coyle's under threat, the goal scorer. Good play by Malpass. He has McSwiggan in the clear. Here's McSwiggan. Now Brewster. Initially stopped. Lost some momentum there. McSwiggan back to Johnson. Good goalkeeping by Marshall. Well, that all appeared to happen in slow motion. Celtic defence caught out without question.
Well, this is a ball to the back post, and the Celtic defence look to accept that that's gone out. And you know, Johnson's in a position where he might threaten the goalkeeper there, but fortunate enough for Celtic, Brian O'Neill was there to stop the danger.
Still nothing going right now for Celtic in attack, but here's Andreas Tom, a chance for Celtic! As Dundee United survive, Maxwell did well again, forcing Tom wide. McSwegan is offside, no progress there for United, but a great chance there for Celtic. Andreas Tom pushed wide by Maxwell, that was good goalkeeping too.
Well, it was a real chance because he got a clear run in and goals in. You know, Ali Maxwell looks a little bit dangerous there, but does the job well.
Tackle by Johnson on McStay. Andreas Tom has seen a lot of the ball in the second half, but still no luck in front of goal. There's Tom again. Back with McNamara. Van Hooijdonk towards Grant. O'Neill. That's for McLaughlin, the covering player though is Stephen Presley. Well, these passes now going astray for Celtic. That smooth, sharp machine of the opening 25 minutes, no longer in evidence, Billy.
It's not, and the very fact that Van Hooijdonk and Andreas Tom are coming back deep into midfield to pick up the ball, that's not really helping, because really they need to hold their positions and be prepared to run in behind defenders. Because you've got McStay, you've got Grant, you've got Brian McLaughlin that can pick up the ball and go and perhaps provide opportunity for them. And the last thing that Tommy Burns wants to see is his front players come back in becoming midfield players. That will suit United, because that's exactly where United want them.
Well, you can sense the change in the reaction of the crowd in this second half. We're approaching the three-quarter point of the match. United still leading by Owen Coyle's goal in the first half. Here's Tom. Changes direction now, he has McStay inside. Now Tom. Very patient, very careful, very precise. No cutting edge at the moment. That's what Celtic badly want. Well, that pass inside Robbie Winters is never going to put McKinley in position. Winters much quicker than McKinley. That's putting everyone else the pitch virtually.
He certainly is, but the important thing is, you know, if Celtic delay the pass forward, that forward pass, United are just putting more men on goal side, and they're making it very difficult for Celtic to get through the middle, and they're affording them the opportunity to go down either side, but it's difficult for Celtic now. They're starting to lose belief, I think.
Good flick on there by Brewster. Almost through there. Good tackle by Hughes. Grant played it wide. Coyle doing a good marking job there in Donnelly. This is McNamara. The ball overshoots Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Now Pierre Van Hooijdonk really has been controlled as effectively by Brian Wells as anyone I've seen this season. Tailor-made for the big fella to score for Celtic, because he really hasn't had a touch, has he?
He's not looked sharp at all in the game, and he's found it very difficult to get himself involved in it. But all credit to United, you know, they've settled in, they've got the confidence of that goal. The longer the game goes on, the nearer they come to that final whistle, and they're working hard, and whatever else, they're making Celtic work for whatever they're going to get.
They always carry the menace of Brewster, McSwegan, Winters and Coyle up front. Oh, lucky break there from Malpass, that almost landed at the feet of Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Malpass, safety first. Well, he's still a sterling performer for Dundee United. 17 years since he joined United. Malpass, and he goes again, another good tackle. That's beyond Hughes for McSwegan. McSwegan certainly has enough pace to take on Hughes. That's for Coyle, across comes O'Neill. The wrestling match is irrelevant because Donnelly had possession. Down goes McNamara, fouled by Brewster. Brewster offers the apology, then takes the word of warning from referee Waddle. Donnelly still continues despite being fouled by Coyle. This is McLaughlin. Now Tom, tackled quickly by Perry. In goes Brewster. McSwegan. Headed by Bowman. Brewster's on his own for the moment because McSwigan appeared to stretch himself there. That's for Winters. It's good play again from Dundee United. Now trying to get players into the box. Grant to O'Neill. Well, Malpass inside the area there, putting pressure on. Owen Coyle has dropped to left back, seeing his teammate roll forward. This is McLaughlin. That's for Tom. In goes Welsh. Oh, did a good match, the big centre back. Now Jackie McNamara. Tom once again. Van Hooydonk wants the cross delivered. And on by Winters. Grant does well. Space in the far side. Tom adjudged onside. Corner kick conceded there by Johnson. Well, the Celtic crowd very anxious indeed. Time running out for Celtic. 27 minutes of the second half gone. Just about 18 minutes left to play. Still trailing by Owen Coyle's goal for United. Kinley's corner, a good one. Met by Malpass. Well, there's such a number of excellent individual performances by United players. Here's McKinley again. Hughes battling for that and committing a foul on Mark Perry. Well, it's amazing, Billy, because in the first half Celtic had so much imagination and variety in their play. They created so many chances, but you can't really see where the goal's coming from now.
No, that first half was very, very fluid. The second half, I think, in fairness, United have retreated and they've afforded Celtic the middle of the pitch, but they're not giving them an inch of room up the park further.
So changes being made here by both sides. Gary McSwigan, who appeared to stretch a hamstring a moment or two ago, is going off to be replaced by Andy McLaren. And at the same time, Celtic have brought on Phil O'Donnell to replace Brian O'Neill. Now, O'Donnell's gone into Peter Grant's position in the midfield, with Grant going to centre back beside John Hughes. McLaren has gone to the right wing. Winters is now functioning straight through the middle. No comfort that to Celtic. That's McStay's pass to Donnelly. Now Tom. Tidied up again by Ali Maxwell. Well, now I wonder what difference it might make to have Winters straight through the middle beside Brewster. And these counter-attacks, Billy.
Well, that pace of his is tremendous, and I think he'll trouble anyone. And you know, I don't think Peter Grant or John Hughes are the paciest of defenders, so anything in over the top is going to be a problem to them.
It's McStay. Pass aimed for McLaughlin. Good tackle there by Andy McLaren. First contribution to the play, replacing Gary McSwigan. And Hooydonk. Cross it comes to McNamara. Long-range effort being attempted there, running straight into Malpass though. Here's McNamara again. Now Tom. McNamara wants it back. That was intended for Van Hooydonk.
You know, it's a good position to put a ball into the middle for your centre forward to attack, but it's always too near the goalkeeper. And Ali Maxwell has shown us one thing this afternoon, that he's confident and he's going to come for things.
McLaren up against McKinley. That's Winters. Hughes with a clearing header. Celtic will want Phil O'Donnell to support that front pairing of Van Hooydonk and Tom. Here he comes. There's O'Donnell. Advancing at pace. And the offside flag was up against Andreas Tom. Free kick to United.
O'Donnell breaking from that position will certainly help Celtic, because, you know, United are trying to play that offside game at the back, and they're trying to hold the line, and O'Donnell is certainly good at timing his runs, and he might well get in behind if a good pass is delivered.
So there's quarter of an hour remaining in this Tennent Scottish Cup quarter-final. Dundee United lead by a goal to nil. Celtic trying everything they know to change that. United looking very composed in defence. Very well organised. Down goes McNamara. The foul was by Coyle. McNamara's not too pleased. Yellow card for Coyle. Eventful match. He scored the only goal of the game.
Owen Coyle's had to work so very hard defensively on that side of the pitch, and I honestly think Billy Kirk was all set to take him off because I think he felt the legs had done enough and he's got to stay on a bit. And McNamara's so quick and so fit going forward, and obviously with McSwigan going off, I think it's re-altered his thinking.
McSwigan's injury, I think, changed all that. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin was caught late by Mark Perry after releasing the ball. Across comes the referee. He's looking towards the linesman for a bit of help, but there's attention being allowed for McLaughlin. A thump from Mark Perry just as he passed the ball away. Raising pain all right, McLaughlin. Well, these Celtic supporters, quiet and concerned.
Yeah, Brian McLaughlin there is just a little bit. He's holding the pass as long as he can, and certainly Mark Perry's hit him, and he's hit him the thigh, which could prove to be very painful.
Well, McLaughlin due to fly off after the match to Hungary with McNamara, Donnelly and Presley of United joining the 21 squad. Here's Peter Grant in his new role, central defence. Hughes. Van Hooydonk's pass picks out McNamara on the run. Donnelly's ahead of him. Queuing up in the middle for Celtic, and a misunderstanding between the two players. Well, you can sense the frustration all around us here in the stadium at Celtic Park. Just a little cluster of Dundee United supporters in the corner who are certainly happy and sensing a dramatic cup win.
Well, certainly that sparkle that Celtic had in the first half and early in the second half has disappeared at the minute, and this is a real battling performance by United. And you know, at the moment you've got to start saying, well, where are the Celtic goals going to come from, because they haven't really created that many chances at all.
Here's Johnson. It's a poor ball, trying to find McLaren. Next day to Grant. Van Hooydonk. It's O'Donnell. Now McNamara. Good chance for the cross. Superb clearance there by Welsh. On his stronger side, mind you, his left, but he cleared that very effectively indeed.
Well, having just said he hadn't created a chance, that was a magnificent ball in from the wide position, and luckily it fell to Walsh's left foot, and that's his favoured one. It was a great defensive block.
Tosh McKinley with a corner kick. Goes Welsh again. Well, one of the big attributes he brings to that United defence is his aerial power. This is McLaughlin. United have managed to push Celtic into areas they didn't want to go frequently. And Hooydonk challenges. Out comes Sally Maxwell again. Misjudged in the air by both Winters and Grant. McNamara is covering behind the central defenders. Marshall's had virtually nothing to do in this second half, but in fairness also, Celtic haven't carved out many clear chances in the second half. One great opportunity going Andreas Tom's way, but apart from that, Billy, very few clear chances.
No, and I think that's testimony to the way that United have worked. They've worked so very hard in the game, and defensively they've been very sound.
Well, Van Hooydonk, it's a free kick to Celtic. 10 minutes left, 1-0 to Dundee United. Now Tom, skipping away from Johnson, he has Donnelly outside him. That's Tom again. Creating a shooting position of trying to, Malpass is scoring him across the box. It's excellent defending by Malpass. Here's Van Hooydonk. O'Donnell's return pass, down goes Van Hooydonk. Appeals for a penalty, more I think in hope than expectation. Celtic complaining bitterly to the referee, but I don't really think they believe in this too much.
It's a super 1-2. I'm not sure they weren't unfortunate not to have got a penalty there, because it seemed to me that Van Hooijdonk had the legs taken away from him.
Well, yes, on that angle, it may well have been a foul on Van Hooijdonk, so United riding their luck. There's Grant, now Tom. Forward comes Hughes. Cross with McNamara. This is Donnelly. Next day, O'Donnell. Next day again, focal point of these developing attacks for Celtic. The run is made by O'Donnell, and he's matched all the way by Dave Bowman. Corner kick is given. Bowman's not at all happy about that. Linesman, Bill Lindsay gave that. So they're queued up in this penalty box here. Only three players not involved around that box. Winters with Grant and McNamara. Retrieved here by Tom. This is McLaughlin. Good build up there, and Maxwell comes to claim. Cut the spin well as the ball bounced. McLaughlin trying some inventive play again around the penalty box to break down this United defence.
It's a good strike by McLaughlin, but once again, look how alert and sharp Ali Maxwell is. He certainly enjoyed his afternoon.
Good goalkeeping once again by Maxwell. Here's McLaren. Winters is offside. Just as well, I think, for Celtic. Free kick taken quickly. McStay very deep again, trying to create for Celtic. So United contemplating a change. There's activity in the bench below us. Here's John Hughes. Hughes again, stepping away from Coyle. Well, Paul McStay not at all pleased with his teammates, gesticulating to them. Not enough movement. Daisley's clearance straight back to McStay. In goes Bowman. That's great play by Dave Bowman. He was impeded there by Hughes, who will be yellow carded for that. But Bowman's determination in the first challenge with McStay, and in the second, typical of his commitment.
Well, as it's typical of Bowman, isn't it? He's so competitive, but certainly John Hughes doesn't draw back either, and really that's basically what it was, that Bowman was just that little bit sharper to the ball.
Malpass now with the free kick. Brewster in a tangle there with Hughes. Brewster's penalised. And now space here for Celtic to utilise in the break. McStay crosses the bows of Johnson. Couldn't find Donnelly with a pass though. Pass, squeezing the ball up the line and winning a throw. So approaching the final 5 minutes of the match. Here's Mark Perry with McLaren free in the right. Shown inside by McKinley. Determined though to go outside. Back here with Perry. Bowman. Brewster and Perry combined to win possession. And stumped away there for a throw to Celtic. Craig Brewster feeling the effects of his efforts this afternoon. Can Celtic save this tie? Can they find a goal to stay in the cup? or will Dundee United hold out? 1-0, remember, to United. Owen Coyle in 29 minutes. Up goes Van Hooijdonk. He's made little impression in these proceedings today, Van Hooijdonk. McLaren playing that towards the corner flag. Winters gives chase. Grant treats that challenge with respect. Well, Celtic wondering what they have to do to save this match. A careless ball by Hughes to McNamara. It's a throw to Dundee United, who'll make a substitution inevitably to waste some more time. Craig Brewster is being withdrawn, the man who was fouled for the penalty kick which Owen Coyle took and was saved by Marshall. A rebound going in. Ray McKinnon is coming on, so he'll go into the midfield to shore that area up, I think. So McKinnon for Brewster, and a few more precious seconds passing there as that manoeuvre took place. A little over 3 minutes left, very little stoppage time. It could be Celtic are going out of the Tennent Scottish Cup to a first division side. Now that really is remarkable. It's hard to think of United in that context, but it's effectively what they are. Although this performance this afternoon belies that status. Here's Malpass. Back it comes to Perry. United enjoying this spell in the Celtic half. McLaughlin doesn't like to do that too often. He's given it straight to Grant Johnson. Here's Perry. McKinnon running straight into Grant. Two and a half minutes left. 1-0 to United. Celtic now trying to get the ball forward quickly. Grant going for the long ball to Van Hooijdonk. This is McNamara. Donnelly takes over. Hustled there by Coyle. Is McNamara again. Fouled by Malpass. It's a free kick to Celtic. Everyone going forward now with any kind of height for Celtic. John Hughes loafing into the penalty box. Celtic trying desperately to save this match. Let in by McNamara. Up goes Van Hooijdonk! Pierre Van Hooijdonk for Celtic! 90 seconds from the end. Dundee United are devastated. It was a majestic header this by Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Getting above the defence, and this time Maxwell could do nothing.
No, it's a ball right into the heart of that defence, and Hooijdonk, he times his jump brilliantly and meets the ball solidly and gets the goal that's so vital to Celtic, so important. It's astonishing, he's never looked this goal all afternoon. Give him that one chance and the ball's in the net.
Well, Dundee United now holding something of an inquest around that defensive area, but really Pierre Van Hooijdonk, who had made virtually no contribution to the play, gets his 24th goal of the season, and Celtic's cup hopes are alive again. And listen to the difference now in the stadium. The noise is deafening, and Celtic will now almost certainly travel to Tannadice for a replay with gratitude and relief. There's Presley with the clearance. Well, the scoot was there for Van Hooijdonk, never in the match, and the man who has saved the day, it would appear, for Celtic. And Matt, this may be the winner. Here's Andreas Thom. He's done it! 90 minutes are up. Andreas Thom has won the match for Celtic. It's the most remarkable turnaround. And Dundee United again disconsolate. The pace of Thom was lethal here. Wells couldn't get to him. Maxwell got a touch, but couldn't keep it out.
You know, Owen Coyle's just a little bit careless, tries to pass across it the face of his defence. Look at Andreas Thom's got the pace to go in there, keep his composure and finish so brilliantly. And what a risk act this has been for Celtic, but what a tremendous finish by Andreas Thom.
Well, a clear reminder as Thom gets his 10th goal this season at Celtic. They're never beaten until the final whistle. They've come back in an amazing fashion. Just when it appeared as though they lost all their momentum, lost their way completely, they produced two terrific goals. Tommy Burns looking on there. Billy Kirkwood, I'm sure, shell-shocked there on the left. And the bedlam around Celtic Park as Celtic have come back from the dead to make the semi-final of the Tennent Scottish Cup. There's the final whistle. What an incredible cup tie. Andreas Thom has won it in the end for Celtic. A smile on the face of Paul McStay. What a difference 2 minutes can make. Tommy Burns looking solemn and relieved. Well, these Celtic players in a cluster, and I'm sure the relief is incredible. Well, what a difference that's made. Just 2 or 3 minutes ago, dejection all around, and now suddenly Celtic have won the day. Pierre van Hooijdonk with a majestic header getting them back in level terms, and Andreas Thom scoring the winner despite the heroics of Ali Maxwell, especially in that first half. It was a great first half performance from him, but it wasn't enough in the end. Could do nothing about these goals till the end of the match. Tommy Burns still on the track, congratulating Ali Maxwell, and that's deserved all right, and also Craig Brewster. Gordon Marshall hugged there by his manager as he is making his way up the tunnel, and Celtic still have double hopes alive. And you have the feeling if they can escape in this fashion, their name may well be on the Scottish Cup.
Well, you know, Celtic never give up, and really it's another indication that football matches are never finished until that referee's finished. And, you know, two tremendous strikes. I've got to say that perhaps the United were just a little bit careless in defence latterly, and they got caught out.
So, Rob McLean with Andreas Thom.
Andy, that was some finish to the match.
Yeah, it was very difficult today. We knew before that it will be a very difficult game when they scored the first goal, and it was a little bit unlucky. But the last 10 minutes we had, or in the second half as well, good chances, and very good for us that we scored in the last 5 minutes 2 goals.
And Pierre, chipping in with a late goal, it was a difficult match for you because you were well marked throughout, but you're a dangerous man, as we know.
Yeah, I think the United played very well, and we played also very good the first half, and then in the second half, and it took us too much time to score the equaliser, and everybody started to get nervous a little bit, and yeah, the second half wasn't so good, but we finished it well.
You must have wondered where a chance was going to come from.
Yeah, but it came, so it was all right.
And Andy, what were you thinking as you were running in on goal there with the chance to take Celtic to the semi-finals?
Yeah, I thought only make a goal.
Well, here's a chance to look at it, in fact.
Yeah.
Talk us through it.
It's not so quick,
I thought only make a goal, and I knew then we are in the next round, and good finish and good for us. Very good.
You struck it well. It's your first season with Celtic. Obviously, you're really looking forward to getting to the cup final, hopefully.
Yeah, I won the cup final in Germany in '93 with Leverkusen. It is a great feeling when you're in the cup final. The players knew it last year. It is great, and now we are in the semi-final, and we're looking forward.
Okay, well done to the two of you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, unbelievable scenes here at Celtic Park. What a difference 90 seconds can make. Those celebrating Celtic fans in the depths of despair as the minutes ticked away. It seemed that they were out of the Tennent Scottish Cup. And then in just 90 stunning seconds, goals by Pierre van Hooijdonk and from Andreas Thom have given Celtic the unlikeliest of victories. 2-1 it finishes, and one has to feel for Dundee United, I'm sure.
9 a.m. and even footballers have to report sharp in the morning. But for Peter Grant, it's hardly work, just another day in paradise. He's been a one-club man from the first minute he walked into Celtic Park, but it could easily have been so different because he was a wanted young man south of the border.
I remember as a schoolboy, just the week prior to signing for Celtic, that Manchester United and a few other clubs were down in England, which there was no chance of me ever going there, didn't matter. It was the biggest club in the world. Just the fact that I knew Celtic Boys Club was showing an interest and wanted me to go and play for them was sort of a big step for me and a major step. And fortunate enough it worked out well for us, you know, because I've played there since I was 11 years of age and came on the ground staff here at 15, you know, just as I left school. So I've been on the ground staff for a year and a half, signed full time, and what was your uncle? Made my debut against Rangers.
Peter grew up at Parkhead with another player who knows the meaning of loyalty. Paul McStay has a different playing style, but he's a paid-up member of the Grant fan club.
He came in the early days and he's just 100% then. Didn't matter if it was cleaning boots or anything, or out in the training park, he always gave 100% and always willing to learn. I think that's the thing I noticed then, and it's not changed just now.
His first boss at Celtic Park was Billy McNeil, and it was in the centenary double winning year of 1988 that he had to make the most agonising decision of his managerial career.
Peter got an injury towards the latter part of the season, and he worked so hard to get himself fit for the cup final, and I gave him every chance and every opportunity, and I almost promised him that I'd wait till the Saturday morning to make a decision on it, but I felt that it would have been unfair to the rest of the players. And I remember taking him aside on a Friday at Seamill and telling him, look Peter, I can't afford to take the chance because we've got to go into the game with a full complement of fit players. And he just about broke down, and it wasn't the fact that he wasn't playing, it was just the fact that he wasn't going to share in a Celtic triumph. Having said that, there was nobody more enthusiastic at the end of the game than Peter Grant.
When Liam Brady took charge at Celtic, it did look all over for Grant. Norwich City all but signed and sealed his transfer.
At a time I went down to see Norwich for 2 days, and only for an ordering off against Partick Thistle in the reserve game. I was just back for a 5-game suspension, got ordered off. Dougie Bell punched me, so it's the best thing Dougie's ever done for me. And as I say, that changed it all for me, and I come back, stayed at Celtic because I can remember coming back from Norwich and I agreed everything with their chairman, Robert Chase. You can see he's getting a bit of stick nowadays, obviously. Probably that was because he was going to sign me. But no, I can remember him coming back. I'd agreed everything with him. I said, well, I want to go up the road first, make sure everything's okay. He wanted us for the semi-final of the FA Cup. I come up and I said to Lorraine, I was down there, I said, it looks as if everyone's going to get through. I can't get in and get my boots line, you know. And because I knew it would have been so sore, because I always wanted to finish my career here.
The Lorraine in question is, of course, Mrs. Grant, mother of 2-year-old Peter, and she too is delighted that the move to Norwich didn't come to pass.
When a manager doesn't think your face is going to fit, then you've no choice in the matter. You just go where the work is, and that's it. It's your livelihood. You've got to go. You've got to move with the times. But as I say, it was all meant to be, and it worked out for the best. That he got the bookings, he was suspended, and he's still here, and he's seen the rest of the managers off.
One of the bosses who didn't rate Peter was Liam Brady, who was determined not to pay the wages the player thought he was worth.
In that season, I think I played 42 games, and I was in a month-to-month contract for that length of time. And then when I signed the contract, Liam came out and told all the press and the media and whatever, and says to them, Peter was underpaid. I just couldn't believe that statement. I said he put me through it for 14 months. And then he gave me an extra year, more money than what I'd been asking for, and I was like, I just couldn't believe it, it was a strange thing.
Neither was Peter impressed with Lou Macari.
I was not. At the time when he was named as manager, I didn't know Lou. He was a successful Stoke, which was fine. But Stoke and Celtic, to me, is night and day. And what's expected at Celtic Football Club, on and off the field, and the commitment supposed to show at Celtic Football Club is 24 hours a day. How can you see it 4 hours a day, never mean 24?
So who do you blame for the condition that Celtic were allowed to get into?
You've got to look at the directors. I don't like pointing the finger at anyone. But there's guys here who will try to blame everybody else and their granny, and if they'd maybe looked in a big long mirror, they'd have probably seen who the problem was. The only reason this club wouldn't have died is the people standing in the terracing. That's the reason this club wouldn't have died, no other reason. Celtic would never have been allowed to go under because of the people. and that's how they'll ever got to be thankful for them.
And here's a shock. Not every Rangers supporter says Peter Grant is the player the Ibrox Legions most love to hate.
He's had some lovely letters recently from Rangers supporters. I'll not say what's in them in case they they get into trouble, but honestly, to sit and read them, it would bring tears to your eyes.
It's been an absolute credit to Celtic Football Club, and I'm sure that the Celtic support will turn out in the numbers that he deserves. I mean, he's been great. All my time at Rangers, I mean, I've battled with Granny on the park, you know, and we've had a bit of crack off, and it's been great. And I can't think him end at Celtic Park deserves a testimonial more. And when he gets his money, hopefully he'll be able to buy some new gear, because he's shocking gear. I mean, the gear, he's still wearing these flares from 1960s, things like that. So maybe get some new gear. I'll take him shopping, I think.
The arrival of Tommy Burns and Billy Stark has really relaunched the career of Grant. There is no hiding the admiration of the Parkhead gaffer for his former teammate.
He's one of a dying breed. Grant is possibly the most single-minded footballer I've ever came across. He's a man of great character and fantastic mental toughness, which is probably the outstanding quality about him.
Peter needed all of his resolve at the end of last season, when injuries sustained against Dundee United threatened to rule him out of the cup final. But unlike 1988, this time he made it, and he will always be grateful to the manager for his faith.
Last season, when people maybe gave me a bit of barracking, he stood by me and he gave me great praise, and that would be easy enough for him to turn. And I think I owed him it, you know, as well. And I think it's a mutual respect we've got for each other. Both of us winners, both of us know what Celtic Football Club's all about, both of us want the best for this club. And I think the emotion of that day, and I think it sticks out in my mind that day. I know people say about me and Tommy embracing each other, but I think the thing that stuck out in my mind was walking up and seeing Billy start crying. I remember walking up and Billy started put his arms out and he was crying. And I'd never seen Billy emotional at any time. And that's what it struck home to me, really what this club meant to people, you know, and the feeling, the relief, everything on top of it, you know. And it was something special.
He's got a great understanding of the game, possibly as good an understanding of the game as any player here, if no better. You know, people think he's not a skillful player or whatever, but he's got a great idea of the game. And I think, you know, someday he'll be a top-class manager.
Of course, there is one Grant habit which torments fans and teammates alike. Just why does he insist on pointing?
I don't even know I'm doing it on the park sometimes, and sometimes I'll even go out in the game and I'll say to myself, people get out from a warm-up and get stretched and all that, I'm saying to myself, right, go today, don't point your finger. Everybody else is thinking about it, I'm saying, don't point your finger. That was the least of my worries. But it's a thing, where it came from. But it's just in the middle that people have got do certain things, you know, like where you'll come, ha, ha, ha. And people always remember that. And people always remember that and talk to you when they shout at you, that's what they'll shout. You know, they'll just shout to me pointer, you know. And it's great, you know, I don't mean that at all. You know, it's part and parcel of the game.
There's a Grant Craig.
Park. Aberdeen's night out at Celtic Park started badly and fell away. Tosh McKinley's cross was headed home by Simon Donnelly with just 2 minutes gone. And McKinley was again the provider for number 2. A long ball opened up the Aberdeen defence, and as goalkeeper Michael Watt hesitated, Pierre van Hooijdonk found the perfect finish for his 25th goal of the season. The Tosh McKinley show continued in the second half. The Celtic full-back linked up with Tom Boyd, and when the ball was squared, Donnelly hammered in an unstoppable shot. Then enters Jorge Cadet, an incredible reception for the Portuguese striker. McKinley's corner and Van Hooijdonk's header added up to a 4th goal for Celtic, with Aberdeen in disarray. But the biggest roar of the night was still to come. Peter Grant was the set-up man for Cadet. The new signing raced away to cleverly lift the ball over Watt. 5-0 and Cadet's first goal in his first appearance for Celtic.
I'm very happy because supporters Georgie. After score, it's fantastic.
Yeah. The goal was a bonus?
Yes,
yeah.
a bonus.
Yeah.
A bonus the God understand because I'm 4 months no play. Always days George no can play in the Celtics. George no can play in the Celtics. And now I can play in the Celtics.
cadet can't play in Sunday's Old Firm Cup semi-final.
Transfer from Sporting Lisbon, but football bosses insist that he is ineligible after missing the 14-day registration deadline ahead of the cup tie. Meanwhile, and on current form, they'd be hugely disappointed not to take something from an outstanding season.
We have the cup in our own hands. If you win those two games, the semi-final and the final, we have the cup, and with the league we need favours from other teams, so that makes it a little bit more difficult.
They're really playing.
Richmond is currently playing with Bordeaux. Pierre van Hooijdonk is Scotland's top scorer with 28 goals this season, and it's believed Feyenoord are ready to take him back to Holland in a £2 million deal. His replacement could be 24-year-old Dugarry, who scored 2 against AC Milan in the French club's run to the UEFA Cup semi-final. Although Real Madrid and Valencia have also shown interest in the striker, it's understood that Celtic Supremo Fergus McCann has been heavily involved in negotiations, and the Parkhead club is favourite to win the race for his signature. Well, with Celtic board...
Spectacular second-half strike by former Celtic midfielder Pat McGinley. The hook shot left Gordon Marshall a spectator. But the Parkhead team don't want to give Rangers a helping hand towards another title, and their fight back began with Simon Donnelly's cross and Van Hooijdonk's powerful header. Celtic depend so much on the Dutch striker's goals. And there was one more to come at Easter Road, just 9 minutes from time. A claim for offside as Andy Tom broke through the Hibs defence, but no flag, and his cutback handed Van Hooijdonk his 30th goal of the season. Celtic are unlikely to win the championship, but they're not out of it yet.
We were supposed to be out the race. I feel myself in a very similar position at this minute in time. Everybody seems to write us off because of the Kilmarnock result last week after Rangers had dropped the points. But I think winning again on Sunday showed that wee bit of development we've got in the play. People talk about the skill side and the way they've been playing football. It showed a wee bit of development and desire that the boys are desperate to win the championship. And hopefully that can go right to the last start of the season. Hopefully we get that wee break.
The Parkhead side need Motherwell to do them a favour. They held Celtic to a frustrating no-scoring draw a month ago.
Great composure on the ball, Yogi's drive and hard attitude, very professional guy. Picking up from, both of those things is certainly dear to me.
Celtic may live to regret Fir Park 4 weeks ago when this goal was chalked off and 2 points were lost. They need Rangers to have similar problems at Motherwell tomorrow.
They've set a great standard this year. Any other year I think we would have won maybe the league by 10 points or something like that, but this year Rangers have been very dominant, pulling out results every week, matching us result for result. As you say, we can only hope that there's some slip up there. It was disappointing against Kilmarnock to drop the 2 points there, but we bounced back again on Sunday and showed that we're still fighting in there and we've still got a chance in this championship.
£3.5 million, and Stubbs himself will earn £2 million over the next 5 years. Chick Young reports.
The 24-year-old central defender has signed a 5-year contract for Celtic, which has cost the club a record package of £5.5 million. It's the end of a long hunt by Tommy Burns, but Stubbs knew nothing about it.
I come out the blues for myself and all. I think Bolton phoned me up on Tuesday and said, we've agreed a fee with Celtic. Would you like to go up? And I said, of course, and we were on the way straight away.
You certainly played with Celtic supporters before. I presume John McGinley told you all about the club here.
Yeah, well, up to now, McGinn doesn't know about nothing about this, so I'm sure he'll be phoning me later on to give me a bit of stick about it. But whenever they talked about Celtic, they've always had good things to say about it, saying what such a big club it is. And I see what they mean now when I look outside.
You were a much wanted player south of the border, were you not?
Yeah, there was quite a few clubs interested, but Celtic were the first ones in. And for me, that was good enough for me to show how much interest they had to come in first.
We've been trying to get him best part of 12 months now, but each time we went there, they've said he's not available because they were obviously fighting to try and stay in the Premiership. And then a couple of days ago we phoned again. We're giving a wee bit of encouragement, and we just took it from there. He's a tall central defender, very good user of the ball, and he's left-sided. And that type of players, a premium in modern day football, and that's the reason, as I say, that he's been so expensive to get him.
One of the players you've admitted to pursuing is Di Canio. Does the purchase of Alan make any difference to that?
I've admitted that to you.
Oh, you have? You admitted interest to me.
No, I think that was one that we've pursued.
You're admitting it now then?
we just have to wait and see what happens to it. But at this moment in time, there's a lot of options open to us.
There by Tosh McKinley. And again, Golan makes this.
Zeru Ali, the little magician, he got a bit of rough treatment in the last game we saw, but kept bouncing up and down like an India rubber ball.
Yeah, he's very, very tricky, and he did get a bit of rough treatment, didn't he? But at one point we thought he might actually go off, and he honestly dust himself down and get on with it. He's very, very tricky player indeed.
Paul Bernard, the most expensive signing at one stage, who's been plagued by injury, of course, and now delighted, and indeed his international career stunted by that. And now here he is back trying to help Aberdeen retrieve the status that many of the supporters think they thoroughly deserve in the game. And Mark Viduka, to my mind, the player of the season, superb skills, a combination of tremendous physique and neat footwork.
Yeah, he does, and he also actually, when they play with him alone up front, although if he with Tommy Johnson today, very, very good control, and the fact that he's so strong, great ability to hold the ball up. Celtic need him to be on form today.
Well, Tommy Johnson, I saw the other week scoring a couple of great goals against Dundee, and then, of course, he was injured. But there he is back again. Referee Kenny Clark, remember, referees suffer nerves too, but I can tell you these are accentuated today because for the first time ever, his wife has decided to come and watch him refereeing a football match. That should make for very interesting conversation at the dinner table tonight. I think his wife will be a little friendlier than we've been towards him in the past.
I was going to say, actually, I'd like to get a single camera on her just in case she started shouting at him.
Off we go into the 54th League Cup final. Reset. Stavrum. Taken away by Big Horst. Jackie McNamara, who's been quite outstanding for Celtic this season. Tremendous foraging runs on the right-hand side, as he did against Rangers recently. Now Tommy Boyd, as I said, the only survivor from the last time these clubs met in this competition 5 years ago. Game played at Ibrox, of course. Weghorst. Right in the middle is Mjolby. Johnston, there's Viduka, almost got his freedom. Well, he gets a free kick there, but immediately, Alan, you saw the ability he has to slip round an opponent.
Yeah, he did. He just got in front of Russell Anderson. Russell having to bundle him over. Almost momentum really taking him in, but we'll just show you'll have to make sure he doesn't give him a couple of yards. And this is the first, maybe half chance for Celtic already.
Well, Moravcik, perfectly capable of curling a ball in, even from this distance, but it may be laid away across to the left-hand side of the box. Little dab forward there, Viduka trying to take that with his chest, and Aberdeen had everybody behind the ball. Mjolby. Little touch there. I think Viduka might even have got a touch himself. Jim Leighton, 41 years of age, played in all the cup finals, FA, European, Scottish, League Cups. And coming back onto good form again. Little run forward there by Andy Dow, who's your man of the match up at Tannadice in the semi-final.
Yeah, I was impressed with Andy Dow. Very, very top work rate. Even, I mean, he's actually playing on the left-hand side. You've just seen him come across two players into the right wing for Aberdeen. They're guaranteed 100% and guaranteed a big work rate for him, and they'll need to do it today, actually.
Ian Jess. Stavrum, good interception there by Boyd. I think the ball just kept it. Boyd. Well, when that ball came to Bernard, I thought he might just have lost possession. There he is again. Flicked across there by Solberg. A reset. Zerouali did come in very quickly. Yes! Just a little bit predictable, that, though. Zerouali. Forward he goes. Little 1-2 attempted. Zerouali. Well, he went down, wriggling his way through there, but it's no chance of the penalty, which he was half-heartedly appealing for.
Nevertheless, Archie, great play by Zerouali, very, very tricky. It certainly wasn't a penalty, but I thought for 1 minute the ball was just going to break to him in the box.
Well, that's all Tommy Boyd could do. Here's Zerouali. Little will-o'-the-wisp. Trying to get that little 1-2 there from Jess. Well, a lot of jersey pulling going on by Mahe. No doubt about that. But I think his momentum more than anything else was causing that.
I'll tell you something else which is very notable.
Oh, there's Zerouali. I think that ball had swerved behind for a goal kick, but a little man, the little Moroccan, already making an impact on this game.
The other thing, of course, Archie, is this is the one that came across. I think the ball, saying the ball just went out. But interesting, when we were talking about Zerouali against Dundee United, he started on the right-hand side. And interesting today, he's been on the left-hand side. We've already seen him take the ball off a reset. I think he is their weak link in the Celtic team.
Johnston almost got away there. Well, Celtic playing with the two strikers up front there, which many people said they really ought to have done, and they could have from the start against Rangers. Zerouali just beyond Ian Jess. Now Vikost. Viduka. Russell Anderson, very promising young fullback. Many people think he'll move into central defence in the future. Just away by Anderson again. Look of determination about this Aberdeen side at the moment. Mahe has the pace, I think. Goal kick. Well, there might have been a little bit of a grumble there from the Aberdeen players about this challenge again. The jersey being pulled, no question.
Well, they certainly could have. I think either of them could be looking for a foul there. I think that no one actually got a touch on the ball.
Steven Mahe. Taken out by Kenny Dalglish in the last game at Parkhead, when that explosive volcanic temperament of his looked to be getting the better of him. Tommy Boyd looking into the rather pale sun that we have at Hampden Park at the moment. Well away by Mjolby. Well, given what Celtic have done to Aberdeen this season already, Tommy Bunce must realise that Aberdeen have actually had a very good start to this game, a confident start.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I was thinking about there in midfield. They've managed to pick up a lot of second balls. So far, really, Celtic have been going from back to front, very unlike them, rather than through the middle. And I think Ibs Gordal will be quietly happy, although a long, long way to go yet, only playing 6.5 minutes.
Well, Zerouali was coming back, and consequently the linesman didn't put his flag up, but then when he turned and went in the opposite direction, the flag had to go up. There's a gentleman, soft-spoken anytime I've spoken to him, but apparently can throw things about the dressing room as well, as his very famous predecessor was very skilled. Good fight. Perry. Little ball round there. Well, Stavrum was hovering down this right-hand side. Well, Aberdeen are competing.
It's exactly what they're doing. They're putting Jess and Stavrum. Every time any Celtic defender gets on it, they're shutting them down very, very quickly. And so far, it's working. Not any fluency to the Celtic ball from back to middle to front yet.
Played by McAllister. Now McNamara, we haven't seen much of him in the match so far. To the outside, Viduka might just get hold of this. That's a very good tackle by Solberg. Wasted by that ball from defence, so they really have to keep possession in positions like that. Boyd. Well, that low through ball hasn't operated for Celtic so far.
That's what they've been trying to do. I mean, Tommy should know better if he's going to play it into the front man. Although I think initially Tommy Johnson went to go near and didn't go for the long one.
Launching a high one down there again. Well, I think the boot was up.
And again, Archie Aberdeen just picking up that second ball.
Mjolby going into the heart of defence, right on the edge of the penalty area. Big Swede is very, very good in the air, of course. It's been taken by Andy Dow, or perhaps Zero Ali might make a pop at it. No, it's Dow. And across, and there's the first touch by Jonathan Gould. And every goalkeeper likes his first long, hard look at the ball in a cup final. That was his. They'll be playing it down this reset, and I think a slight deflection. Well, reset, and Mahir on the other side, perfectly capable of explosive bursts down the flanks. So far, they've been very reticent. Viduka, look at the strength of the man on the ball again. I think he was impeded, he'll get a free kick. Indeed, I think Kenny Clark is going to have a word with the players about this.
Well, Jimmy McAllister is saying that Viduka's got a hold of his shot. A little bit of 6 1/2 dozen there. Viduka not too happy using his shoulder. He already spoke about having a decent right back. I think in Jamie McAllister, Aberdeen have a real gem at left back. Every time I've seen him, he's in a very good game. He was just making sure Viduka knew he was going to be there.
Free kick. He can swerve them in. Too easy that. No real challenge on him either. Here's Dow. Free kick, yes. Coming up very fast. Stilian Petrov, who gets a booking for that. Petrov booked. I think his momentum carrying him right through, and he had put his leg out. And only one possibility there for the referee. I must say, Alan, with about, just coming up to 12 minutes gone, we're actually seeing a kind of nervy Celtic.
Well, they certainly haven't had their own way, have they? Aberdeen have shut them down very, very quickly indeed and not let them settle on the ball. That was obviously the plan in the first 20 minutes. The game will start to pan out. The test match will start to become clearer who's getting on top. But at the moment, it will be very difficult to separate any of them. No real chances as of yet.
Free kick, offside. Johnson trying to exploit that great pace of his. If he gets right on line, I think he's capable of taking on any defender. Good explosive burst over a short space of yards now. Free kick, McAllister. Good fight. Now Perry. It's an ambitious ball. All that comes out of that is a throw-in. Mahi going in very quickly. Stalbroom gets a corner kick. Aberdeen support away to my left-hand side. Excited by this prospect. There they are. There he is, trying to keep check of himself. Well, he's usually very successful at that. Want to swing it in. Gould, not all that confidently. And I think another corner kick. Gould is complaining, by the way, that he was impeded. He may have a point, Alan.
Yeah, I think so. He's come to win it. There's a lot of bodies in there. He gets enough on it, though. Referee will just have a quick word with him at the moment. It's a lovely ball into a dangerous area. Comes to get it. There's a lot of bodies there. Eventually, the referee is given another corner.
What a pushing it once again, Stavrum. Good solid tackle by McNamara as he came across. He had to fill up little space there. A good spell for Aberdeen this. Zerouali. Now Celtic on the break. Petrov. McNamara. Viduka, can he get Celtic going now? That's a better ball in towards Johnston. Excellent clearance against Solberg, has been outstanding so far. McAllister. Ian Jess, whipped away there by Boyd though. Oh, that's a little gift. Johnston couldn't get hold of it now. I think, Alan, he had every intention, given he's not had any latitude so far, of really having a go at this.
Yeah, there's no way he was going to pass with anyone. Solberg actually initially his touch is okay. All he'd done is turn into Tommy Johnson. Johnson took the ball off him, no support, cut right to the shot. And Tommy Johnson probably can't believe his luck he's actually playing today. 2 months ago, I'm sure he didn't think he'd be turning out in the cup final for Glasgow Celtic, that's for sure.
Well, there's a mistake there, and it's almost touched away. Mjolby got to it. By the way, we'll have a man of the match competition. There's the number there, 0900 911 55 00. Mjolby. Mahe might be going in one of his runs for the first time in a game. Moravcik, of whom we've seen hardly any positive move, but that's a better ball. Now McNamara. Viduka. Tantalizing ability he has to get it over. Well, that ball played beautifully in there by Viduka, and Johnson was hovering right in the middle.
Brilliant play by Viduka. Superb ball in, great defending.
Played down, that's it! Reset! Opens the scoring for Celtic. Suddenly popping up in the penalty area. The defender coming in, an auxiliary attacker, and Leighton is annoyed that he was left totally exposed. That ball played in there by Vikos.
There was a lovely goal. I don't know how Reset got to there. A good run forward by him. A lovely ball in from Vikos. Incredible when you think there's a good spell for Aberdeen this as well. Hit with a sucker punch, not the greatest of contacts by Reset, doesn't matter. Celtic 1 up.
And the Aberdeen manager for the first time has become animated. He's out screaming at his defenders. Good move by Reset coming forward the way he did. Here's Zerouali. Wants to go on the outside and shoot. Just pass. On the outside of the net, the Stavrum puts his thumbs up. He acknowledged that. Little ball there that ought to have been cleared by the Celtic defence initially. Almost caught out though.
It was a better ball in from Zerouali. Just gets himself in front of Stephen Mahe. Slided us up with touches. If anything, he's unfortunately just got too much of it. And into the side netting, but a good response from Aberdeen right away though.
And now you can hear the Celtic supporters in the background. They're in front, and they believe they'll stay there. But as Alan said, a very good response by Aberdeen. A real test of their character and nerve now, given the fact that they've folded so easily to Celtic this season. After Celtic have gone in front at just about this juncture in the previous games. Zerouali. No. Celtic supporters sweeping way round to the other side of the stadium. Massive support here. Stavrum has been holding on to that front edge roll of his, just on the edge of the Celtic defence, sometimes tempting the offside position. Yolbe to Stavrum. Did very well there, Stavrum. That's a decent ball and goal. Had to keep his eye on it closely. There was a lot of curl in that one.
Yeah, there was. Unfortunately, not enough. He's done that a couple of times, Stavron. Turned inside Mahe. Cross comes short. Initially, Johnny Gould was coming to get it, and then he realised it was turning away from him, or rather beyond him. Good turn by Stavron. He just needs someone coming in at the back post, and that would have been an easy finish.
Well, they don't have that kind of striker, Aberdeen, at the moment. I mean, Jess tends to play just off a little bit. Wasn't in there. We haven't seen very much of Jess. Mahe, rather inept effort there by Mahe. Seemed to take his eye off the ball. He's slightly annoyed with himself for that. Jess trying to get back into midfield. That's a decent ball, just tucked away. Had to pick it up. Up comes McNamara. Great support by McNamara, and that, I think, will be a booking. Solberg gets a yellow card. I think Kenny Clark's wife, watching for the first time here, would approve of that one.
I think so, yes. When a little rash challenge. He did well initially to get the ball away, but when Jackie McNamara picked it up, he was already running at the defence at pace. Ryan Scott on to give him a little bit of treatment. He'll be all right.
Yes, McNamara with a great game against Rangers, but to no useful end for his side. Minutes gone, just over, and Aberdeen have to hold this intact. Another goal now at this juncture for Celtic. It would be very difficult. And there's Leighton. Oh, there was a wicked skid in the ball as it came towards him. Aberdeen on the counter-attack. Mahe's there. Well, I think Celtic have seen enough of Aberdeen in the way they've competed in this game to realise that it's certainly not going to be like the other games they've had. A much more disciplined-looking side, Aberdeen, in terms of its structure and attitude. Ian Jess setting off after this. Mjolby. And it goes again. Not very pretty, but safe. Zerouali, I think, yes, played on the right-hand side. There he is. A wild one by Goodfight. Almost like a spring day for football, and certainly the Celtic supporters there beginning to enjoy this. And a bit of relaxation in these famous faces. The man on the left needs hardly any introduction. Solberg getting to that. Mjolby. Nice turn by Petrov. Pass certainly didn't match it. Zerouali was wanting that ball played beyond the defender. Ball's out. Get that forward to Jess again. Petrov picking up a lot of the action in midfield. Yolby. Johnson has been beaten in the air for all of these high balls played down the middle. Zerelli. Oh, given away. Bad ball by Perry. Petrov. Beautiful ball by Petrov and McNamara. He certainly had to go for it. I think he realized that McAllister had committed himself as well. A brave challenge by the pair of them. Yobi. Johnston. Look at the support by this McNamara. Superb coming up from midfield. And that's wide. Well, reset, I think. His appetite has been whetted by that goal he got.
Absolutely. I said he was a weak link in the Celtic team down that right-hand side, thinking that Zero Ali would give him a few problems. Well, he's given him the opener. Slipped in contact there, but certainly a decent height. No problem for Jim Leighton, no.
Like a little push by reset there. Way by Boyd. McAllister. Actually, McAllister killed that ball beautifully with his left foot. It's coming towards him at a fair rate of knots. Ex-Quid of the South player. He's done a lot of shouting in his day, Tommy. 150% committed in every game. Bad slip, Vikos. Can he take advantage? Well, Moravcik, annoyed, I think, must be annoyed by himself. He didn't go through on that and the overlap as quickly as he could have.
No, I think he's a little upset. I mean, there was a slip by an Aberdeen and a Celtic player there. I think he's just a little frustrated because he hasn't really been in the game as often as he would probably want to be.
Long and high towards Johnson. That's an excellent ball in Leighton. No hesitation. He was out of the traps there very quickly indeed.
Well done, Jim Leighton there. That's the best pass of the game. Moravcik, absolute pinpoint in between defender and goalkeeper, running at each other. Jim, quite right, Archie was out. The box is nice and quick to clear the danger.
Aberdeen giving the ball away liberally in midfield now. That could be fatal for them. That's a bad pass. Some of Celtic's passing, apart from that pass we've just seen from Moravcik, has left a lot to be desired in this game. Stavrum. Nice little ball. There's Zerouali. Well, he was right to take it away. He did. He really has been exploring, and he had only one thing in mind.
Well, as soon as he saw Stavrum turn there, you can see already he's got a half yard in Mahe. Good contact, a little too good, but a great run. And that's what he has to do, get himself in that box.
Well, this man, I think, deserves a great deal of credit for establishing a coordination within the Aberdeen ranks. It seemed dishevelled so often this season. There's still a lot of work to be done at Petrodri yet, but he's come a long way in a short time. It's a performance so far that, you know, doesn't have any sting up front, Alan, but nevertheless, they play some good possession football.
Yeah, they do. They're certainly a massively different team than they were at the beginning of the season. Skobdal's gradually get them to play the way he wants to. And to be fair, even when they conceded the goal, it was a good spell for them. They just get hit with a little bit of a sucker punch. Marking was slack with Reserve, an extra man coming into the box, but I think he'll be reasonably happy the way the game has gone. He doesn't need Zero Ali to do that, trying all the fancy moves. You want him to get to the byline and get it in the box.
There he is. A little wrestling match there with Mahe. There's nobody near enough of him to lay it off, and it goes through the tunnel.
I was trying to play it off the legs of Mahe there to get the throw in. I still want to see him attack players.
Mahe. Paducah inside. In fact, Paducah's been rather quiet. The service to him hasn't hardly been prolific. Rather slack phase of this game. Just about 28 minutes gone. I think Celtic will be content enough at being one goal behind without having turned in the very best of their performances. Vicost, here's Viduka. Trailing men with him. Too many around him that time. But it's one or two of the players are finding it difficult to keep their feet when they turn quickly. Probably Aberdeen more vulnerable to that than Celtic. It looked as if it might have gone across for a corner kick. A throw, in fact. There's the goal scorer. Slack ball, and Moravchik a little bit slow going for that. Look at the determination about Perry as he went in there. Free kick.
Well, there's a slight touch.
Very slight touch indeed. There was also the boot on the top, but I think accentuated it.
I think Lubel's just saw the opportunity to go down and give himself a great chance to curl this ball into the box.
And in it goes. Good clearance. Now Petrov. Acres of space around him. Trying to get it to Viduka again. They've dealt with Viduka very well in the air. Leisman has his flag up, and I think free kick to Aberdeen. "15 minutes to half time. That's slack. Too far ahead of Viduka. Remember the man of the match competition. 09009 115500. That's the telephone number for man of the match competition. Well, the bottom hasn't fallen out of the match, but I must say Celtic look as if they're quite content to coast along at this stage. That was a better ball. Reset giving support. The man who's just scored his first goal of the season, in fact. Wow. Viduka brought down, yes. Zeru Ali, as Moravchik went across there. Zeru Ali brought down. Hasn't been as much in the game as I've seen him recently for Celtic. And of course, he's a great influence.
Could have been his first tackle of the season, eh? Great player, super.
Well, he did it. Again, he's one of the Celtic players that played well against Rangers. Followed by Vicost. They're up in him like a flash. Zeru Ali was that time, showing the defensive side of his nature. Stavrum. They're lacking support. Celtic snapping them up very quickly in midfield. He just looked a little bit cumbersome there.
Also running out of ideas. Aberdeen a little, not the good passing movement we saw in the opening 12-15 minutes. Celtic playing well within themselves at the moment with this goal lead now.
Callister had to get that one. No margin for error. Oof, turning on his style as well. Far too much play in the ball though. Moravchik. There he goes. No, not the Moravchik of earlier in the season. When he hits the ball, it can be explosive. Nothing much in that.
No, he didn't catch it as well as he wanted to, obviously. Certainly forgive him for that. He could do it with either foot, but there's too many players on about him there. Probably stopped him pulling the leg back and getting a proper contact on it.
Aberdeen supporters trying to raise the team again. They're looking just a little bit flat at the moment in Zero Ali. He might be a wee fella, but he can dig in as well. I think he's learned a lot since coming here. Got the impression Vikos just wants to swat him away. And Viduka backing into the defender. Paul Bernard was coming back to give support in defence. Viduka was wondering why that came about. Well,
I think initially his arm went up there across Solberg. I think that's probably why the free kick's gone against him. And that's the kind of ball that Celtic think might hurt Aberdeen, using Viduka's strength.
Reset. Vikos. Johnston. Well played by Solberg again. Perry. Here's Ian Jess coming back just a little bit deeper. He hasn't been in this game. There it is. Viduka with a great chance and just touched away. Another salvage act there by Solberg, who did brilliantly first to see the danger and then keep his balance, prodding it away. As I said, Aberdeen have gone a little bit flat. Nothing coming off for them. And he seems so congested, as witness that little cameo there in midfield.
Well, it's all come from Aberdeen giving the ball away, Archie. Ian Jess shut down, no real options for him, just put a little bit too much in the pass, and Solberg did really well.
You know, when you come across a final like this, there's the challenge now. Solberg doing so well. So I was saying, when you come across a final like this where a team has lost 18 goals to the opponents, you come with a preconceived notion that, you know, Celtic really have to win it as favourites. But in fact, I suppose even though Aberdeen have got a little bit flat, Alan, they have been very, very organised and are giving them a much better game than many of us anticipated.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've already said that when Celtic score, it was a good start for Aberdeen and just really got hit with a sucker punch. They'll need to get more into the game, though. They'll need to start the passing that, you know, obviously brought them. I don't think it'll be a 4 or 5-0 today, though, not the way they seem to be playing, but certainly Celtic on top at the moment.
Solberg just getting rid of that. Viduka picks it up, though. Nice little turn. It makes it look so easy, and that's swept away as McNamara came in from the back. There he is again. Hooked away eventually by Jamie McAllister. And Aberdeen at the moment up against it. Reset, attempting a run down the right-hand side there. And this is a good commanding phase for Celtic. Boyd, totally untroubled at the back, Boyd. Johnston, no Viduka's there though. Celtic pick it up again, Vikos. There's Viduka now. Wandered out to the right-hand side. Now gets support, Moravcik. Does the little turn again, and there's Jim Leighton. Well, nobody turns as sweetly as this man in the ball. Well, once again, the stumble. Tremendous effort there. Now Vikos. Celtic keeping the pressure on. And really no punch in that drive by Tommy Johnson.
Well, Aberdeen are shooting themselves in the foot. They're giving the ball away constantly. And again, a good break. A good block, rather. Eventually comes to Johnson. Him with the shot. An easy take for Jim.
Well, Celtic had to keep the pressure going. That was a bad pass. Solberg again to it. Stavrum looking for Zero Ali. Mahe did well there. Now Moravcik beginning to ply his trade again. Knew exactly where he was going to put that, right on the top of Viduka's head. That surely is an Aberdeen throw. Yes, I think they've got to stabilise themselves again, Aberdeen. Rocky period for them, this. Given away meekly again, that time by Gunfight. Not having the strongest of games. Now Stavrum, he's got a little break. Celtic have been pulled forward. Ian Jess running on the left-hand side. Still Stavrum, and there's Jess. It was far too predictable, though. Easily read by the Celtic defence, and now Njobi. Trying for the longer one. Give it away. Good interception by Petrov. Almaravchik. Not sharp enough. Bernard. Better break by Aberdeen on the right-hand side. Andy Dow waiting for players to come forward. Plays it just a little bit too square. Good fight. McAllister giving support. Aberdeen flooding into the box. Njobi very hard in, but legitimately. And very cool play by McNamara. However, as we pointed out, Alan, Aberdeen haven't been sustaining that long enough in the match. Not at least in the last 20 minutes.
No, not at all. And even the break there, I mean, I had to go at reset earlier on, but he's ran 50, 60 yard sprint there to make sure that when Stavrum played the ball out to the left, he was the one that was marking Jess.
Was a bit slow with this. Stavrum's onside. There's only one player in the box. Up comes Jess. No, and it's taken away. Vikos coming back. Jess was lying to the left-hand side. He'd only one player in the box initially. Jess coming up late.
Well, he's worked hard, left and right, Stavrum. A good ball into the box. Good defending by Vikos. Because if he hadn't have made the run into the box, it was an easy finish for Jess. This is a good finish for Aberdeen.
5 minutes to half-time. Aberdeen desperate to get back in level terms at this crucial juncture of the game. Played down there. Goal gets it. And oh, Zero Ali is annoyed. Well, Jonathan Gould, rather fiery mood he's in today. Digging in there to get it, and Zero Ali got mixed up with him eventually.
Well, it's dropped into a nice place. Mark Perry just couldn't control it. Jonathan takes it safely enough, and then Zero Ali.
No.
On the rear end.
Maybe that's a Moroccan gesture of affection, I don't know. Viduka. Well, he hasn't had all that many opportunities. He's been very closely marked, but that doesn't nullify the danger he can exert. Out comes Jonathan Gould. Reset. Njobi. Tucked inside there by Viduka, trying to get it going. Good fight. There's McAllister. Good fight making the run down the left-hand side. There's Zero Ali. Good control by the little Moroccan. Oh, he loses his balance, and just as I was saying, so many Aberdeen players slipping on this stuff. Solberg can't get it. Free kick. Viduka coming back into midfield. Does that very well. That's been one of his major attributes, you know, the way he can bring a ball down and shield it from players.
Well, that's exactly it, and he's got them a free kick there. Good control by the big man, and Solvite fouling him again.
Moravchik, can he get the ball over? He left it late. Well, not the easiest of balls for a goalkeeper to take at a near post. Here's McAllister. And again. Yes, by about a couple of yards, I think.
Yeah, definitely offside. Good play by Tom Boyd. He's had a good game so far at the back. Tom Boyd just stepped up, using his experience.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Solberg's played Viduka as well as any centre-back this season.
Yeah, I agree, and that was the biggest thing they were very wary of, Aberdeen. But just in midfield. They had a good start, and all of a sudden they seem to have just lost it a little bit.
He's calmed down just a little. 2 minutes of stoppage time to be played. Neatly tucked inside, and referee waving play on, which turns out to be a very good tackle by Petrov, and that was revenge. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think that's Andy Dow getting his own back. I think he felt there was an injustice a couple of minutes ago. So Andy Dow gets the yellow. Tommy Boyd coming up. Well, that's more like Moravcik. In Jess. Cluster of players in yet again. That's an object lesson by Tommy Boyd. If you're the captain of a side and there's a 50-50 ball, it becomes yours.
Yeah, he's had a good game today, Tommy. He's almost foot perfect. I don't remember him giving the ball away even then. That ball was going to Moravcik. The only thing it was going about 150 miles an hour and the wee man couldn't control it.
Swept away by Petrov. Well, that's a good tackle again. Boyd's been immense. Virtually make him man of the match at the moment. Up comes the goal scorer. Is he going to score his second of the season? Support again by McNamara. There's Viduka. He's put it away now. Getting right underneath it. And I think the very fact that he was chaperoned so closely there led to this ballooning.
Great play by the big man though. Superb control. This is where they don't want him, at the edge of the box, using his strength, gets by Anderson. And the fact that Jamie McAllister was coming in on his right, he knows it was a chance. You can see, being in the position, you get yourself a yard, you're trying to get a bit of power on it.
Yeah, I think he's, by his facial expression there, I think he's saying he's really had a hard toil out there against this defence. Solberg has been, as I said, very, very good against them. I mean, he can make even the best of defenders wilt, and in fact can make them look quite stupid at times, the way he can turn them quickly. But Solberg hasn't been taken on by that so much this afternoon.
To be fair to Aberdeen, actually, they've had a good first half. They really
absolutely,
have.
Yeah.
No question about it. They're not out of this game at all.
No.
And he'll be reasonably happy, I think. He knows that they're just been outplayed a little too much at times in the game, but he'll have a few choice words at half-time.
Reset. Goes free, there's Perry. On by Bernard. Little heady tennis going on at the moment. McNamara picking it up. Good run forward by Viduka. Yes, he's going in hard by Johnson, that was. Tommy Johnson running across. Johnson certainly had his shirt pulled, but I think it was the reaction more than anything else. So Tommy Johnson it is. Yellow card there.
Well, it's a needless booking, isn't it? He's only frustrated because he thought he was going to get in behind the defender. And we all know now, if you use your arms in any action towards the referee.
And there goes the half-time whistle. So Celtic going into the dressing room, 1 goal in front. That goal coming, I suppose, surprisingly from a man opening his account for the season, Vidar Reset, Norwegian international, whom I first saw playing in Bordeaux and at international there. He was his goal coming up, neatly put in, by the way.
It was. It wasn't the cleanest of finish. It doesn't matter though. It beats Jim Leighton. Wasn't their best spell in the game either, but a good ball in from Vicost. And that is how to celebrate your first goal of the season.
And I suppose in a closely marked game, if you get somebody coming unexpectedly into the box, there's a potential for a goal, and that's exactly what Celtic have clinched. Half-time score in the 54th League Cup final at Hampden Park. Celtic 1, Aberdeen 0.
So there we are, Aberdeen losing by a goal to nil against Celtic in the CIS Insurance Cup final. To see either Aberdeen or Celtic in Premier League action, if you can match your choice of CIS Man of the Match to our man Alan McInally's. There's the number, phone 09009 1155 00. 09009 11 exclusive on this channel. The teams are in the tunnel. Let's rejoin our match commentators, Alan McInally and first of all, Archie McPherson.
Thank you again, Jim. Well, the Celtic supporters have been celebrating. A long way to go yet, but they have been celebrating in good style, thinking they're heading for their 11th success in this tournament. There we are in, as I said, perfect conditions, almost spring-like conditions for a game of football. And out come the two teams. There is one substitution we hear. We'll get that verified when they come out.